Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, The Peanut Butter Falcon. It's got a 7.9 on IMDb. Over 8,000 people have viewed it, so it's probably going to be pretty good. So it's about a young man who helps a kid with Down syndrome run away and try and be a professional wrestler. Or at least get involved in professional wrestling. I don't know, all that kind of stuff. But they run away together, and it stars Shia LaBeouf. Okay, so I'll watch anything with him in it. Dakota Johnson, whatever. John Hawkins, him from a lot of different things. Bruce Dern, John Bernthal, and then Jake Roberts. I'm sure Nick Foley and a lot of wrestlers are in it too. So, but again, 7.9, 8.0 on IMDb, over 8,000 people. It's got to be pretty good. So I'm going to get into it here a little bit. Check it out. I think it's only an hour and 37 minutes long. So we'll see what it's about. And I'll check in from time to time and give you a better idea of what the synopsis is and then ultimately what I think. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of The Peanut Butter Falcon. Sorry, no check-ins. I just got immersed in the film. You don't have to watch any more of this review. Just go click on the link below and start watching this movie. Phenomenal. I loved it. So, I'm not a big fan of, when there's people with special needs or whatever and they get bullied, And as you can imagine, that happens in this film. Not too much, so it doesn't sting as much. That's always tough for me. I hate bullying. We talk about that a lot on this channel, but anyway, more about this movie. First, let me call Zack Gottsagen, I think is the way you say it. Zack Gottsagen. He's the one who plays, actually, Zack in the movie. He's the person with Down syndrome. And he's in a retirement home because essentially he has no family, and that's where he ends up by the state. So he has nobody to take care of him. His dream is always to go to this wrestling school. And his roommate is Bruce Dern. And then there's Shia LaBeouf, who is basically some sort of fisherman, and kind of, creates some trouble for himself, and is running away from people chasing him, and so they kind of get connected. Zack escapes from the retirement home, and ends up with Shia LaBeouf. I don't have to go through all the details, but they end up together. Now, of course, Shia LaBeouf wants nothing to do with him in the beginning. He really doesn't, and he doesn't want to be bothered by him. But then, he comes around a little bit, and then the movie's about them two building a relationship together, and their journey. And the journey is for them to try and find this wrestling school, and meanwhile, Shia LaBeouf's trying to get to Florida to escape all these people. So, and it's phenomenal. I mean, I was gonna stop in the middle and tell you that, but I thought I figured just wait to the end, because there's nothing else I need to tell you about this movie. Shia LaBeouf is a phenomenal actor. I know I'm using that adjective way too much, so I apologize. He is fantastic in this movie. He's always usually pretty good, and he plays I don't want to say villain, but his kind of character, his guy who's too cool, doesn't care, only cares about himself, to a T in this one, and he does that in a lot of his films. But then as you see him, as his character breaks down a little bit and starts to welcome in Zack, his traveling companion, and you can see it shifting, and it's not like night and day. It just gradually happens, and it really works well in this film. And then of course Zack's acting is great, it's just a great all around film. John Bernthal is in it, and it's, I don't know. The part John Bernthal plays is Shia LaBeouf's brother, who had passed away, and so he's seen through flashbacks. I don't know how important that was to the film. I liked it. They could have explored it a little bit more, I think, and made it more integral to the film. It's just kind of a side thing, from what I see. And it's really about the two of them, Zack and Shia LaBeouf, their relationship. And then, of course, Dakota Johnson is his nurse, I would say, at the retirement home, and she's out looking for him, trying to get him. And then the other guys are trying to chase Shia LaBeouf. So that's how all the characters work in this. But, I think some people, it might be a tearjerker a little bit, and they do some interesting things at the end, a little twisty in a sense, which I enjoyed. At first I was like surprised, but they have the some wrestlers in it. I think Jake the Snake Roberts is in it, Mick Foley is in it, and then you know, the guy who he goes to see, which was the Saltwater Redneck. He's not really a wrestler. He's the guy from Wings, if you remember. I forget his name, but I'm not going to look it up now because I don't need to waste any more of your time. If you've listened to me so far, click the link below and go watch this movie. Fantastic. I think, I don't know, maybe Shia LaBeouf should win an Oscar for this, or at least be considered. I don't think anybody's going to ever see this movie or talk about it. I don't even know, like, it popped up for me. I watched it. Obviously, you're interested in it because you're watching this video. No reason to wait any longer. Go check out this movie, and you tell me how awesome it was. So, again, I think Shia LaBeouf did a phenomenal job, and I think he should be considered for an Oscar for it. I thought it was that good. I really did. All right. You know, and you know, Shia LaBeouf has the old, all the baggage that comes with him as a person. You know, but then when you see him in a film like this, it's like, he got it right. So there you go. That's it. I'm going to stop right there. After you click like and share this with all your friends, and click below and go watch this film. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.